Hello and welcome to this chair yoga class that is perfect if you have never done yoga before, or if you have done yoga before, then maybe you'll find some practical tips for bringing yoga on a chair into your workday. So you'll need a steady, stable chair, something that has maybe some grips on the bottom. I wouldn't recommend this in like one of the wheeled office chairs, but find a chair that feels comfortable to you. If it's just kind of a hard metal one, maybe line it with a blanket so that it feels comfortable underneath your sit bones. And then we'll start by stopping. So find yourself toward the end of the chair so that you feel your sit bones on the chair. You can physically remove the flesh from underneath your seat so that you feel your sit bones really grounded. And then rock your pubic bone forward and down, creating a little natural arch of your low back. So that natural curve, bring your hands to your thighs, lift up through the crown of your head. Shoulders over your hips. And just begin to tune into your breath. Without changing it in any way, just notice your inhalations and your exhalations. Begin to tune into sensation, the sensation under your feet, the texture of the air on your skin. Drawing away from the outer world toward the inner world. Rooting down through your sit bones as you reach through the crown of your head. And now really begin to expand the inhalation, lengthening it, really breathing completely into your lungs, filling your lungs with air, expanding your rib cage in all directions like an umbrella opening. Exhale, slow, steady exhalation. Inhale, expand 360 degrees into your ribs. Pause at the top. Exhale, lengthen the exhalation. Inhale, breathing in, really focusing on your side ribs. And releasing. Even exhalation, even inhalation. Then return to normal breath. Now we'll take an inhalation, pausing at the top. And then on your exhale, purse your lips like you're blowing out through a cocktail straw. And really slowly and steadily exhale the air until you feel like you have nothing left to give, and feel the contraction of your abdominal muscles at the very end of the exhalation. Breathe normally. Inhale, expand your rib cage, fill the lungs with air, pause at the top, and then a slow, steady exhalation, getting to the very end of your breath and then pushing out a little bit more and noticing how your belly contracts and everything hugs toward the midline. The muscles that wrap around you like a corset are hugging together. And resume normal breath. Open your eyes if they're closed. Bring your hands to your thighs, closer to your knees so that your arms are a bit more straight. Inhale, breathe your chest through your arms. And then exhale, rock your pelvis back, rounding through your back, vertebra by vertebra, expanding the space between your shoulders as your head drops. Inhale, initiate the movement with the pelvis. So rock forward onto your pelvis, moving your pubic bone forward and down as you roll through the spine. Chest comes through your shoulders. Gaze lifts slightly. Exhale, rocking back, rounding through the spine, wrapping your arms around you like wings. Inhale, moving forward, breathing. So the entire exhalation takes you back. And the entire inhalation brings you forward. So you're moving between the two extremes, but taking your time to get there. So we sit at the end of the chair because it makes it easier to tip our pelvis forward as we come forward. And then when you're satisfied with that movement, just pause. And now we'll add that abdominal contraction that we experienced with the breath and the cat-cow movement we just did. So on your exhalation, you round your back, tailbone tucks toward the mat as you lift your right knee toward you. Inhale, lower the foot back down. Exhale, rock back onto your tailbone, lift the knee, feeling your belly contract. Inhale, lift through the chest as you lower the foot. So using your abdominal muscles to lift your leg as you rock back and forth on the pelvis. Going any amount that makes sense for you, but just syncing your breath with the movement. And doing a few more, pausing whenever you need to. Just tuning into your body, connecting with your body, the way the movement feels, noticing, starting the conversation with yourself. All right, and then pause in the middle, find the natural curve of your low back. The spine is most stable when it's in its natural curves. And when we sit in our Western chairs, in our cars, our tailbone tends to tuck under so that our low back rounds and becomes less stable. Finding the opposite of that in a neutral position, not arching, but somewhere in the middle of the extremes. And then step your feet out so that your legs are straight. Inhale your chest up. Bring your thumbs into the creases of your thighs. And then rather than that curling back of the tailbone that I was just saying, imagine your pelvis lifting up and over the heads of your thigh bones. So pressing down into the crease to bring awareness to that lift and then moving forward. And maybe you're just here. Maybe this is as far as your hamstrings are allowing you to safely go today. But folding over any amount that works for you without rounding too much into your low back. Always favoring the alignment over the range and listening to the feedback of your body. So moving at the speed of your body's tissues, not forcing anything. Toes are curling up toward the ceiling. And then coming on up. bending back through your knees. We'll just turn on our glutes now. So as you exhale, you're going to press down into the floor with your feet and engage your glutes, your butt muscles, to lift you up off of the seat. And then inhale, relax and lower. Exhale, get a little height, engage your glutes. Inhale, release. Exhale, engage slowly and steadily to lift, hold. Inhale, slowly lower. So taking the time to lift up and the time to relax without rushing from one extreme to the next. And just doing these until you feel like those muscles have been turned on, you're aware of them. Inhaling as you lower. Exhaling as you engage and lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, engage and lift. And then pause. All right, so now swing your right leg out to the right and bring your left foot forward. So it doesn't matter where your left foot falls. You want to keep that leg as straight as possible. So for some people, that might be back more toward the chair, and for some, that might be just more straight in front of the chair. So find a spot that works for you. Lift up high, and then bring your right elbow down to your left elbow down to your left knee, or stay up on your hand if that's too much. Inhale your right arm up and over. Breathing into your side body, so really creating lots of length all the way from your left hip through your left fingertips. Breathing here right into all those little muscles between your ribs. And then inhale, come up. Bring your left hand to your left thigh. Inhale your right arm up and over any amount. You can also bring your hand to the chair. Stretching in the opposite direction. Now really extending through your left fingertips. Noticing how it feels, not forcing anything. And then lower your hand down. Bring your left leg in. Bring your right leg back to center. Just take a moment in between sides to notice how you feel. And breathe. And then switching sides. So now your left knee comes out, your right leg goes behind you. And we'll start with the elbow to knee or elbow to thigh, or you can stay up on your hand. Inhale, your right arm up and over, stretching into your side body. Really try and ground down through the outer blade of your right foot, no matter where you're at. So that foot is as flat on the floor as you can manage. Inhale back to center, and then bringing your right hand to your right thigh or to the chair. Inhale, lift your opposite arm up and over. If something doesn't feel right, then change it. Change the position of your foot, change the position of your hand. Find a way that brings you satisfaction in this pose. Embrace the challenge, but don't move through pain. All right, coming back up on your inhalation, walking your feet back to center. Take a couple of those cat-cows again. So on your exhale, rock back onto your tailbone as you round between the shoulders. Inhale, bringing your chest through. Exhale, rock back and round. Inhale, coming through. All right. And then inhale your arms up and over. Exhale. Let your hands come down. Inhale your arms up. Exhale down. All right, now we'll come into a stretch for the outer hip. So straighten your left leg in front of you. And then if possible, bring your right ankle on top of your left knee. And this might be enough. You might feel the stretch already here. If you're having to round into your low back, see if you can come a little bit further toward the edge of the seat and just stay here. Go to where you feel a point of sensation. If you have more room to move, you can drag your left heel back. But favoring finding that natural curve of your low spine over trying to make your body look a certain way or reach any particular destination. Breathing here. If you have the space and the mobility to move forward, then do so mindfully, not rounding forward, but just gently tipping your chest toward the floor, a hinging action rather than a rounding action at the hips. And then come out the way that you came in, walking your front leg forward, or your left leg forward, uncrossing, take a breath, and then recross. So now your left ankle comes on top of your right knee. Stay here if this is what feels good for you. And if you have the room to walk that right leg back, then do so. Inhale, lift up through your chest, wherever you're at. Breathe with it. Not forcing anything. Listening to the feedback of your body always. And when you're ready to come out of that, straighten out through your right leg, uncross. Inhale, lift. Maybe take another forward fold. And then walk yourself back up. Bend the knees, soles of your feet on the ground. And just find yourself in that lifted position. Your sit bones are pressing into the chair. Your low back is in its natural curve. Shoulders stacked over hips. Crown of your head moving skyward. The action of rooting and reaching. Finding your breath. Releasing the muscles around your jaw. Letting your tongue fall to the floor of your mouth. Turning to breath. I encourage you to stay here as long as you can. When you're ready to finish, inhale your arms up and over. Exhale, hands to heart center. Thank you so much for being here with me today. If this was your very first yoga class, I hope that you enjoyed it and are inspired to continue. Namaste.